Nicola Sturgeon firmly believes an independent Scotland would thrive as a member of the EU and has repeatedly criticised the Brexit process, pointing out that a majority of the Scottish people voted Remain, but, during the 2016 referendum campaign, the SNP were accused of barely lifting a finger to prevent the Brexit vote, unearthed reports reveal. Ms Sturgeon is determined to hold a second referendum on Scottish independence in 2020, even if Prime Minister Boris Johnson is repeatedly rejecting her demands. Her calls have grown louder after Britain's departure from the EU on January 31, as the SNP leader believes Brexit has happened against the will of the Scotland voted by a margin of 55% to 45% in 2014 to remain part of Britain, and a year later voted by a margin of 62% to 38% to remain in the EU. Speaking on the Andrew Marr Show at the end of February, the SNP leader urged independence supporters to be patient, but said it was essential to push for indirect too as the UK negotiates its future relationship with Europe. She also noted she was not against testing the limit of the power of the Scottish Parliament in court, but claimed she was not actively looking at trying to hold an unofficial referendum in the near future, like that of Catalonia in 2007. As the future of the Union appears uncertain, a 2016 report by The Telegraph sheds light on claims that, despite Ms Sturgeon claiming Brexit justifies a second independence vote, the SNP barely lifted a finger to prevent it during the EU referendum campaign. Official figures released by the Electoral Commission showed the Nationalists spent just £90,830 fighting to keep the UK in the EU, even though their upper limit was £700,000 and had buoyant finances following a surge in party members. This was less than the £98,597 they spent unsuccessfully fighting the Glenrothes by-election for Westminster in 2008 and the £94,585 spent by pub chain JD Weather